Picture this: to 18 BC, Rome is the rising superpower of the Mediterranean, confident and seemingly unstoppable. But from across the sea, in Carthage, a sworn enemy is plotting one of the most audacious military campaigns in history. His name is Hannibal Barca, and his plan is so daring, so seemingly impossible, that it will echo through the ages. He wasn't going to challenge Rome at sea. No, he was going to bring the war to their doorstep, and he was bringing some very, very large friends with him. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving into the legendary story of Hannibal crossing the Alps. It's a tale of sheer grit, brilliant strategy, and, of course, elephants, 37 of them, to be exact. Now, the Second Punic War had just kicked off. Rome expected the fight to be in Spain or maybe Africa. The last thing they anticipated was a full-scale invasion from the north, especially over the treacherous, snow-capped peaks of the Alps. That was Hannibal's genius. He chose a path no army had ever dared to take, knowing the element of surprise would be his greatest weapon. His army was massive, tens of thousands of infantry, thousands of cavalry, and this corps of 37 North African forest elephants. These weren't the giant Asian elephants we might imagine, but they were still formidable beasts, trained for war and intended to be the ultimate shock troops, living, breathing tanks of the ancient world. The journey started well enough, but as they reached the foothills of the Alps, the real challenge began. The terrain was brutal, narrow, winding paths clung to sheer cliff faces. The weather turned vicious, with freezing temperatures and sudden snowstorms. Remember, they were doing this in late autumn, the worst possible time to cross the mountains. The local tribes, who knew the mountains like the back of their hands, were hostile. They launched ambushes from high ground, rolling massive boulders down onto the long, vulnerable column of soldiers and animals. Men and pack animals alike plunged into the ravines below. It was chaos. Hannibal, always leading from the front, had to constantly rally his troops, fighting off attackers while navigating the deadly landscape. But the greatest toll was on the elephants. These animals were native to the warmer climate of North Africa. The biting cold, the lack of proper food, and the slippery, unstable footing were a nightmare for them. Imagine trying to guide a multi-ton animal along a path barely wide enough for a person, with a 1,000-foot drop on one side. The descent was even worse than the climb up. The paths were icy and steep, causing the elephants and horses to lose their footing and slide. At one point, a landslide completely blocked their path. An ordinary general might have turned back, but not Hannibal. He ordered his engineers to clear a path. For days, they chipped away at the rock, even using fire and vinegar to crack the boulders, a famous detail from the historian Livy. Slowly, painstakingly, they carved a new road wide enough for the elephants to pass. It was a monumental feat of engineering under the most extreme conditions. After 15 grueling days in the Alps, Hannibal's army finally emerged into the plains of Italy. But they were a shadow of the force that had started the journey. He had lost nearly half of his men to the cold, to starvation, and to enemy attacks. And the elephants, while a few had survived the crossing, their numbers were tragically reduced. But Hannibal had done it. He had achieved the impossible. He was in Italy, and the Romans were completely blindsided. The sight of war elephants on Italian soil struck terror into the hearts of the Roman legions who first faced them. This incredible crossing set the stage for a series of stunning victories for Hannibal, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest military commanders of all time. It wasn't just a march, it was a statement of intent, a testament to human endurance, and a legendary chapter in the annals of warfare. What do you think is the most impressive part of this story? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey back in time, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more epic history. See you next time.